All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Race 3, third race of the Endgame Racing F4 Championship, sponsored by, of course, Endgame Coffee. Alright, yeah, that's working. Alright. Today's race hosted at Motorsport Arena Oschersleben, a newer addition to iRacing's track library located in Germany. The drivers today are going to expect full overcast, it looks like, hovering around 71 degrees, so I believe this will keep the track cool for the entirety of the race, prompting for quick lap times and tight racing. Honestly, can't wait. Let's see, recap from last week at Navarra. We had Heat 1, which was won by Jordan Wheatman, followed by Charlie Pullier and Ryan Winfeld. So Charlie's still up on the podium last couple weeks, doing well. Intervals between those top three finishers were 2.1 seconds, it looks like. So not as close as Mugello, but I mean, it was still pretty exciting. Heat 2 was won by Charlie Pullier, Jason Lyons taking second, and Carl Ribbing third. Charlie won with a pretty large gap of 4.6 seconds, as his average lap time was 0.5 quicker than anyone else in this heat. So he was absolutely killing it. Then we go with the final feature. Top three was the same as Heat 1, actually. Jordan Wheatman first, Charlie Pullier second, and Ryan Winfeld third. And even with Charlie's faster average lap time and the fastest lap of the race, he still couldn't get around Jordan, who just never makes a mistake. So qualifying has started. So we'll give the drivers a few minutes to get out there. But I wanted to show actually the track map because it has a pretty insane Sector 1. So here's the track. As you can tell, goes to the left, bunch of squiggly bits, bunch of kinks, couple turns, a chicane, and then some longer straightaways. But basically, it's the same off-putting corners that Navarra has, only with added chicanes and just, you know, a couple more straights. So 14 corners reside here with hardly any elevation changes. Lap times will probably hover around the 124 as average, so way faster than the previous tracks. And this is, of course, due to all the high-speed sections of the track. Draft, again, is absolutely crucial here. The more specifics, if you look at turns 4 through 10, that's the crazy part I was just mentioning. Trickiest part of the circuit, and basically a when and how much should I let off the throttle. So you're going to come around the turns, you're not going to be braking because you're going to have that downforce to make a lot of them, but if you lift off too much, I mean, you're going to be going way too slow. Right. So let's get back to it. So this is Carl Ribbing coming across the line, starting his first lap. See, I'll put the track map up, might be a little easier. Or not, because it doesn't show where he is. That's great. So we have Kyle McBride setting the first lap, 1:24.17, and Carl goes slightly faster with a 1:24.7. Boston Ells with a 1:25.30. Kind of want to hop on Mike Ballion. He missed last week's race due to a work emergency, so hoping that he continues on today with a 1:23.9. So let's see, let's check where Ryan is as well. Alright. So I'm actually going to hop on board with him right now. Walk through a lap, because this is actually the first race that I've seen at this track. So, barreling down the front stretch, inline 4 engine, gaining speed, preparing to turn at about 130 miles per hour. Small left-hander, followed by a carousel to the right, which brings you, let's see, right around. So now he's down to third gear, now he's shifting back up to fourth, keeping it on the right, because now we're going to head into another banker to the left, just kissing the curbing on the inside there, and then pushing wide onto the exit. Another straight, and here's where the tricky section is. So turn 4, there's a quick kink, followed by another kink, followed by a left entry corner into another right-hand carousel. So carrying that speed, keeping it around the carousel, swinging out to the left. Then you're going to keep that speed, barely let off, if any. It doesn't even look like Ryan did. Right through the chicane, right onto the exit. So now he's going down the straight toward turn 10, which is a slight right-hander. Then a quick little left for turn 12. I think I skipped turn 11, that's okay. Now only a small lift for turn 13 as he approaches. There's the pit exit on the left, and now the right-hander onto the back straight. I barely had time to say all of that, because it's such a quick lap. Ryan sets a 1:23.6. See who's still out. What we got here? So here's Michael Hawkins. Last lap was a 1:26.241. So let's see if he can improve on that going toward the final corner. Quick spin. Well, that ends his second lap, so I'm assuming he's done. That's unfortunate. So I don't see anyone else back on the track. I mean, look how close it is between Jordan Wheatman and Charlie Poulier. 0.012. So again, I'm assuming they're going to be battling for most of this race, just like how Navarro was last week.
One of our assistants know if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you. Sound levels will be monitored. Make your way to the scrutineering bay for testing or any concerns. Thank you.
All right, qualifying is over. Let's check out the grid. So Jordan Wheatman is going to lead them into turn 1, starting on the outside, followed by Charlie Pullier. On the inside, Ryan Winfeld on the right, followed by Carl, Mike, and Kyle McBride. Immediately following Jeremy Smith, Boston Ells, Michael Hawkins, Gavin Griffith, Eric Ives, and Gage Vaughn. Excuse me if I mispronounce any of those names. Right, let's get to it. All right, who's not gridding up? Come on. We got a race to watch.
But all drivers make their way to the necessary plenty of time prior for the scheduled time. Thank you.
All right, here we go. And there's the start for race number 3. Jordan Wheatman gets a fantastic start. Charlie's going to have to defend against Ryan, who also got a great start. We'll see how this one pans out going into the first couple turns. Looks like Jeremy Smith and Kyle McBride battling in the back. Oh, there's an off track. Is that Jordan? That is Jordan Wheatman. Oh, that's too bad. We'll have to see what happened there in a minute. I see someone does not have a wing. I see Kyle's dropping back too. Oh, Kyle and Jeremy. A couple accidents happening here. We'll look back at them in a couple seconds. Just want to see how everything's panning out. So the first top 4, you have Charlie, Ryan, Carl, and Mike, all in a line. There's Jeremy and Jordan. Can't tell if they have any damage. I would imagine so, but we'll see if either of them need to go into the pit lane. Jordan goes into the pit lane. Kyle's unfortunately going very slow around the track without a wing. Not much you can do there. So Charlie's still leading the field after lap 1. Alright, let's check out some of these replays. Lap 1 shenanigans. So here's Jordan. Looks like his car is just absolutely swirly. Puts him onto the grass and he just loses it. So he re-enters the track fine. And the next event was Jeremy Smith, so he's coming into the turn. Oh, completely netcodes Kyle. That's unfortunate. Wasn't even near him. Let's see, we have another from Kyle. Oh, that's the same incident. Another incident from Kyle. Oh, this is him going into the pit lane. So just a couple of crazy events. So now we'll go back to live, see what's happening. Looks like it's still the same order. Charlie, Ryan, Carl, Mike. So now let's see if Mike can get a run on Carl. Looks like his last lap was 0.2 quicker than Carl, but maybe that might just be because of the draft. We'll see what happens on some of these long straights. Charlie's slowly getting away from Ryan. Although Ryan did, looks like, 123.3. So Charlie put in 123.2 versus Ryan's 123.3. And here comes Mike trying to get up the inside. Almost got Carl. Now we're into turns 9 and 10 for the back straight. It looks like Carl gained a little bit on Mike there, just to keep him slightly further back. He's gaining. See who can get the better run out of turn 14, the final turn. Looks like Carl almost went a little bit wide there, but I don't think that took away any bit of his run. is again. Mike gets slightly ahead of him on the straight, but can he hold it if he's going to take the inside line, which is actually the better line, I believe. As they go side to side into turn 4 and the tricky section. And Mike sticks it. Excellent driving by both of them. Mike already gained half a second on Carl. So a few more incidents happened. Let's check some of them out. So here is Eric Hives coming out of the pit lane. Nothing there. It says he crashed, but apparently it's a lie. Oh, there it is. A little... just couldn't make the turn, unfortunately. That's a tricky pit exit. Wow. Let's see. We have Jeremy Smith passing Gage Baum. Looks like Gage just went off the track and fortunately spun his car. Looks like he hit the barrier a little bit. Hopefully isn't too damaged. It could be worth going to the pits, but we only have a couple more laps left. Maybe 2. Check out Gavin and Jeremy right now. Jeremy behind. So this is going into turn 5, 6, and 7. So the carousel right-hander. To a very fast chicane. So will Jeremy have a run on him? Doesn't seem like he's gaining anything at the moment. Does into the braking there. Who's that in the back? It's Eric Hives again. Taking a quick little detour. I see Jordan Kyle coming in the back right now. That is actually Jordan and Gage. Jordan gets it done around the inside. Good move there. And it looks like Carl just passed Mike again. Passed him back for P3, actually. That was quick. I don't know if something happened. Here's the white flag. Final lap. So Charlie is on the track. Alright, here's Charlie out of the final corner, coming down the straight to win Heat 1. Solid race, staying out of trouble. Ryan, of course, just behind him. Followed by Carl and Mike. Carl with a sick drift into the grass. Does it for the fans. Michael Hawkins crosses the line P6. Jeremy Smith P7. Gavin Griffith, P8. Just Jordan Wheatman, P9. Here's Gage Baum for P10. Kyle for P11. And I don't see Eric out on track, but he is P12. So unfortunate for Jordan. But I mean, he has the speed to get it right back for race 2. So we'll see how that pans out for him. He's going to start P9, but I think he'll be crawling back up very quickly. So the grid for race 2, Mike Ballion's going to start on pole, followed by Carl, Ryan, Charlie. Followed by Boston, Michael, Jeremy, Gavin, then Jordan, Gage, Kyle, and Eric. Alright, race 2 is off. Looks like Carl got a fantastic start. Mike's around the outside. It looks like, oh, a crash behind. Looked like Michael Hawkins. Yep, he dropped back very quickly. So I can only assume it was him. They're still battling everywhere. Jordan's already up 3 positions. Kyle's already up 4 to P7. Also, Eric Hives is up 4 to P8. There's Jordan on Jeremy Smith. He's going to take the inside line. Ah! Fortunately, he gets net coated again. Ah. Didn't even look like he was near him again. So let's see. So drop back to Eric Hives. He's in a bit of a line right here. Kyle goes off track for a quick adventure, but still holds the position. Now there's a battle down the front straight. Ryan passes Carl for P2. This is what Charlie needs to capitalize on, because at the moment he's not battling anybody. So he's just setting the fastest lap every lap, whereas Ryan has to be careful that, well, now that he passed Carl, he has to be careful that he doesn't come back and attack again. So there's Gage and that's Gavin. Yep. Gavin just a little wide there. That might give Gage the opportunity. It does. So There's Eric Hives and Jeremy Smith. Gets past him down the straights, but can he hold on to it? Carries too much speed. Jeremy gets right by him. Such a tricky sector. So here comes Mike on Carl. Gained on him, but just not enough down the straight. But that'll give him the opportunity through sector 1. He's still holding on right behind him. So now we have back-to-back straights. What just happened there? Ah, so Eric's around. Looks like turn 2 or 3. Carl and Mike going side by side again. This is a repeat of race 1. You can see in purple on the top left as well. Ryan set fastest lap, last lap, so slowly gaining on Charlie. But he's going to have to be consistent enough to really take down that interval. Which so far so good. Down to 6/10. Carl has the draft all the way down the straight. We'll see how much it gets him, but it's 3/10 back, 3.5. I don't think it'll do much, unfortunately. So there's 1/10. So it's worth about 1/10 down the straight. That's what I saw. All right, let's check out some of these incidents. I got to keep an eye on this battle though, because even Ryan's up 4/10 on Charlie. Right, so here's Jordan's. No, it was before that. Let's see. So Jordan's passing Jeremy on the left. Gives him some room. Net code brought him right together. That's very unfortunate. We have Michael Hawkins. This, I believe, was, yeah. Oh, that's not the right spot. Here it is. So this is going into turn 1. Oh, it just gets tagged, unfortunately. Nothing he can do there. Let's go back live. So we have Jeremy on Gage. He's passed him fairly well. Mike and Carl's still battling. Charlie and Ryan still battling. Little loose by Mike there. You can see the line getting drawn on the pavement. Here's Jeremy and Gage again. I see up ahead that Ryan's actually right behind Charlie now. Wonder if Charlie went off track for a hot second. Yeah, looks like it. Let's check that out. He's coming around the carousel, turn 3, just gets a little bit too wide on the exit there. Could have been deadly, but luckily for him, it was not. Oh, a bunch of smoke. Let's see what happened here. Well, we'll see in a second. Ryan again gaining on Charlie. Alright, let's check out. Looks like Michael Hawkins. So, looks like he just left the pit. Just loses the rear. It's tricky. Probably not fully up to temp tires. Quick off track there by Gage, it looks like. Here comes Gavin Griffith. Right up the inside, going into turn 11. Unfortunate for Ryan, Charlie just set the fastest lap of the heat. Check out what Kyle McBride is doing. He's up 7 places already. Just cruising. Saw that quick switch. Let's see. Looks like Gavin may have taken a detour. Ooh, the same spot as others, right in front of the photographer. Alright, there's the white flag, final lap. Curious what these lap times were. 23.0 by Charlie, 23.1 by Ryan. Still so close. Couple of crashes it looks like in the back. We'll get back to that after. And in the front actually. Has track temp gone up since quali? I'll look in a second. Here's the winner again, Charlie Pullier, followed by Ryan Winfeld. And that is Mike Ballion for third place. Track temp. I don't have a widget for that, so I'm just going to click this. It has gone up 4 degrees, so I doubt it'll get much higher. It's going to be overcast for the remainder of the race as well. Alright, so Kyle McBride 4th, Carl Ribbing 5th, followed by Jeremy Smith 6th, Gavin Griffith 7, Eric Ives 8th, Gage Baum 9th, Austin Ells 10, Michael Hawkins 11, and Jordan Wheatman 12. So a couple things happened toward the end there, so let's see. Oop. Let's not see. Apparently it's not gonna let me. That sucks. Oh, that's too bad. Oh well. It looked like Mike Ballion also had a moment, but he was still able to secure third place, so I don't think it was too bad for him. Alright, so we'll have a 2-minute warm-up, then the race. All right. Grid's going to be a little different this time because of the reverse grid, which will send Charlie down to P8. So Eric Hives, followed by Gavin Griffith, Jeremy Smith, Carl Ribbing, Kyle McBride, Mike Ballion, Ryan Winfeld, Charlie Pullier, Gage Baum, Boston Ells, Michael Hawkins, and Jordan Wheatman. So Charlie and Ryan are probably going to start fighting right off the bat. We'll see who is able to move up and who isn't. Oops. Alright, there we go. Alright, and we're back for the feature race. Eric Hives gets a great start. Looks like, but who's on the left? Let's see. Open the battles box. Eric off track, taking a little detour. Kyle McBride in the lead. Followed by Gavin Griffith, Ryan Winfeld, and Charlie. So Ryan and Charlie are already up 4 positions. 5 now for Ryan as he takes a lunge. Oh, a couple people going off in the back. Like Carl, Charlie? Yep, Carl and Charlie. Take a look at what happened there, because I have absolutely no idea. Well, I see Mike Ballion's making moves. Gavin. Now right behind them, Gage and Gavin are going to be battling down this front stretch, if he can get a good run in the draft. Mike Hawkins right behind as well. Who's that in the back too? So Eric and Charlie. Charlie gets it done going into turn 1. A lot of smoke. I wonder if there was a lockup or something. I don't see any cars off the track. So back to Ryan and Kyle, both going off track, synchronized. Sometimes it happens. Ryan sends it up the inside. Boston Ellis. Hawkins looking to the inside of turn 14, the final corner. Can't get it done there, unfortunately. On the outside, but Gage holds it. Now they're in a drag race. Charlie's hoping for the slipstream to take the inside line right behind Michael Hawkins. passing Boston. Now it looks like Michael had a quick little lockup, but still ahead of Eric. Charlie on Gavin. Wide. Unfortunately went off track, lost his momentum there. As that Boston Ellis gets around. Alright, so I do want to see what happened around the start of the race. So let's see. This is what happened to Carl. So this is, looks like just full beans. Him and Charlie. So Charlie was right ahead of him. Almost doing the same thing, but looks like Charlie didn't spin, so he was able to go straight through. Let's see. Barely gets the car slowed down in time. That's the continuation there. Kyle going off track. I think he just went wide here. Yep. Followed by, let's see, another incident. Mike Ballion going off the track. A little too wide again to the turn 13. Charlie going a little wide, so the final turn. The last one is Carl Ribbing going off track somewhere. Oh, right there. I can already tell his car just did not want to turn. That's all the events so far. Anything else happened while I was doing that? No. So we're good. But right here, Carl versus Gage. On the inside. Makes it stick. But Gage is going to have a run down the straight. Let's see. He's 2/10 back. Not enough, unfortunately. Gavin is leading a train the second part of this lap. Carl is slowly gaining, but let's see. Ooh, ho, ho. Quick little swirliness. Gavin taking the inside line, a little defensive action. Keeps the position though. Carl able to get around the outside. What? Goes off. Oh, and so does Gavin. Gavin was able to hold it. It looked like he was totally going to lose that car. That was a great catch. Carl holds on going into turn 1. So at the moment, Ryan is the fastest man on track, still holding it down in first place. Mike a little wide there, allowing Charlie to quickly take the pass. So that was, that's the final chicane. So I want to see that back where Mike went off the track a little bit. So here he is, turn 11, turn 12. Car just doesn't turn. I think if Charlie wasn't there, hold on, let me watch that back again. I think if Charlie wasn't there, he would have kept it on the track, but obviously he's not about to turn into someone, you know. Yeah. I think if he held the car left, he would have been fine, only there could have been a risk of hitting Charlie and taking them both out, so I think he did the right thing there for sure. Gavin going off the track. That is the front stretch, I believe. So that's coming out of turn 14. Let's see. A little too far on the left, and the bump from the curb threw his rear end right around. Curious if, especially Ryan, who's setting all these pretty quick laps, I'm curious if his tires are going in at all. So let's, what's the best view? Let's go to the cockpit, check him out for a lap, see if he's correcting the wheel often. Oh, there you go. As I say that, had to let off the gas there ever so slightly because the rear was coming around. Ooh, yeah. Still smooth with it though. I think maybe just sector 1 is going to be the real struggle. That's where you're going back and forth, left and right. Actually, that lap, Charlie was the quickest with a 1:22.9. It's only 1.5 seconds behind Kyle. Before any battles heat up, it says Carl Ribbing went off track. Let's check that out. This is after. Ooh. Again, just drifting for the fans. No big deal. Keeps on going, no damage. So within that time, Charlie gained 4/10. Now down to 8/10 behind Kyle McBride. And counting, actually. That is the pit sound. It looks like Jeremy Smith has entered the pit lane. Gets around him, but he won't be able to stick it, I don't think, unless he does the old switcheroony, but doesn't have it yet. The real question is it better to wait for the straight when you have the draft? Because if he passed him back there, Kyle could have gotten him right back down this straight. Those 4/10 back won't get him here. Let's see, where's Ryan out on the track? I don't know what's going to happen in terms of the white flag. I believe this next lap should be the last. Charlie up the inside on that same turn, hoping to keep the momentum this time. And he does. Holds it around the outside. Fantastic move. Both gave each other space as well, but now Kyle's going to have that draft coming back down the final straight into the white flag, so final lap. Ooh, a little bit of a touch there. We'll go back to that in a second. See the different point of views, but that allowed Mike Ballion to get by and jump into third place. I mean, I'm immediately blaming Charlie, but we'll watch it back. Looks like Kyle may have gone just a little wide. Car didn't turn as he had hoped. So I think that's a 5 grid place penalty for Charlie on that one. Here is your feature winner, Ryan Winfeld. Superb race. I mean, constantly putting in the fastest laps, constantly pulling away from P2. Absolutely excellent. And immediately crashes. P2, Charlie Pullier. P3, Mike Ballion. P4, Kyle McBride. Oh, and we have a penalty for Charlie Pullier. 5-place grid penalty going into round 4. So next race, he's starting dead last. I don't care what it says. Last place. All right, so P5, Carl Ribbing. P6, yep, he did. There's the checkered. Gage Baum. P7, Michael Hawkins. P8, Gavin Griffith. P9, Boston Els. Followed by P10, Eric Ives. P11, Jeremy Smith. P12, Jordan Wheatman. Unfortunate for him with that crash at the very beginning. I think these are the right results. They are not the right results. What is this? Amateur hour in the booth. All right. So you can see Ryan won by 12 seconds. Now that was obviously Charlie and Kyle were battling for the last couple laps, so that slowed him down, but that is a pretty reasonable gap. So hats off to Ryan for this win. But all right, that concludes tonight's racing. Next week we are at Okayama Full, track in Mimisaka, Japan. Same time, you know where to be. Check out endgameracing.com if you would like to join F4, LMP2, and an endurance league, which happens to be LMP3 and some others. But thanks all for joining. See you next week.